Ah, crap. I forgot to bring up my... Alright. So, yeah. Get started. Pull up that, and there we go. Cool. Also, can someone talk for me right quick in Discord?
No.
Nope.
No, I will not talk on Discord for you.
Rude. Rude much, guys. Rude much. Alright, just was meant to verify that the sound's being picked up, that's all. Because some reason, it's very finicky about, like, what setting it's on. Anyways. Yeah. Dude. Was that? And pull that up. Just to make sure it doesn't falter. Alright, so, with that being said, welcome to Judgement of Bosmia. So, let's see. If I remember correctly, last time we were actually having two different things going on at once. The group that had split from the party and headed to the north had been captured. One of them had been slightly interrogated, that would be Artorias. The other had found himself in a cell that was effectively just a metal box. So, all the doors, walls, stuff like that were all like steel. Very desolate place, but it looked like an interrogation room since there was a table and some chairs in there. Whereas Artorias was bound in a chair that was a steel chair, just as a reminder, so he can't try to play any shenanigans like that. And effectively looked like a regular jail cell. He ended up talking to who was the leader of this said cult. On the other hand, the party had found out some details about what is going on to the north. Not a lot, mostly just rumors and what was going on to the south and such. I found out a bit of information about the cult themselves and who they were worshippers of Atara, but they took things more into a personal matter of things, as they were said to despise Bosmians. The last thing that happened before we ended last week's session was that Sarvati had been healed. She is still a little wobbly on her feet, but not so bad that she can't walk. And you guys were about to set off. I believe it was like about 8 in the morning, something like that. Well, I think what was what we agreed.
Around.
Okay. So yeah. Excuse me. So yeah. That is what happened as a reminder for Aquazilus, as he is now rejoining us from some stuff. Long story short.
From other travels.
Around the other dimensions, I don't know. I was trying to make up something funny and it didn't work. I came up with garbage. Anyways, so yeah. Alright. Was there any... Okay, so I just want to go ahead and get right quick, just in case. What is the marching order we're going to have for you guys? Because I know Cal and Artorias are not there.
Well, I no longer have the AC, so I do not want to be front or back. I'll prefer to be right in the middle.
Okay. Alright, so as a heads up, whoever is in the back is probably going to have to make nature checks, and whoever's up front is going to make perception checks. If you want, Sarvati could still make the perception checks.
I guess I'll be up front.
Okay, so you're going to make perception checks?
Yep.
Okay, whoever's in the back is nature. So I assume that would be you, Raybar.
Or I could go front.
Well, whoever's up front is doing the perception checks. Whoever's in the back is doing nature checks.
I think I'll be in the front then.
Okay, I got two people giving me front, so I'll let you two amongst decide, or you could have Sarvati go up front because I will say her perception checks are pretty good.
And my perception checks are pretty good too, but
I mean, to be fair,
Same here.
yeah, but are you guys plus 10?
Mine's a +8, but I also have, a special, item thing.
mine's +5 all natural.
Well, Druid is the only one with
Also another added
nature.
bonus for me being in the front, I don't squish.
Fair.
Well, the Druid doesn't either. But the Druid does have nature.
I was gonna say the druid has more
hope-
nature than I do, and my nature being a -2. I mean, I'll take the
I have a
back.
+3.
I'll take the back at that -2 nature.
Which probably is a bad idea.
I mean, like, look, not all good ideas are ever implemented.
Hey man, I leave it up to y'all. Like,
I'm taking front because I also have a fast walking speed, so I can jump back if I run into trouble.
I mean,
Oh.
you gotta. Well, to be fair, I'm only mentioning is that I mentioned earlier is Sarvati is still a little shaky on her feet, so she can walk at normal speed, but she can't like normal speed being 30 feet per round, but not her normal speed, which is like 40 or 50. I believe it actually increased to 50 recently.
Does somebody have nature?
Maybe. I'm just gonna say it's not her forte.
It's a nature more than +4.
No. Metagaming, no.
Well, darn.
We're getting into metagaming here, so
We are getting to the metagaming. Well,
So,
guess
no,
I'll be going
Sarvati
all
is
the way
not.
back
No, we
because at least I have a sword.
I guess what then would happen is that Sarvati would probably be if we're having both of you guys, Pink and Braybar going up to the front. Sarvati will probably stay towards the middle then. That's what I'm thinking at least. Okay.
Okay, so that's
So-
the order then. Red and white at the back, gray bar at the front. Yes?
Braybar and Arthur Akazilas at the front. Sorry. Yeah. Alright, so I want Akazilas. Are you helping Braybar with his perception check?
Sure.
Okay, so I need both of you to give me a perception check. I would prefer Echozelus's first.
Awesome. That is amazing. I come back and roll a 1. Off to a great start.
And I have advantage on it, so
How do you have advantage?
from the that you gave me.
Oh, the item?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, that item. Yeah, you guys eventually did remember like what the actual item was, by the way. Which, no, it wasn't an evil item. It was actually a freaking rod of alertness. And Hebe was trying to get rid of it. Anyways, so I need Stein. I need you to give me a nature check then.
That's an 18.
Okay. So with the 18 nature, I think one thing you could do, especially with if Braybar agrees, is that you could. I think because of the what kind of person you are, being very studious and whatnot, reading books a lot, I think you would have some knowledge about herbs just from your books, and you can talk to Braybar about this. About you see some herbs, and you think if they are made in a certain way, they could help Sarvati ease the pain a little bit that she has right now, so she could at least walk at her normal speed. If that is something you want to do. As for you, Braybar, you would also notice this with your the perceptions rolls that you gave me. The 20. Let's see if there's anything here. No. Yeah. Yeah. As far as you can tell, it's pretty quiet along the roads. No signs of trouble. Just nature. You hear birds singing in the air, kind of thing. No, normal day. So I leave it up to you, Stein, if you want to talk to Braybar about what I said.
Actually, I will go do that. I will, once I find something, if I find something interesting first, perhaps something I recognize from my books, you know,
I mean,
very telltale.
as far as what you can see, like you see a lot of different just like herbs and stuff like that, because the trail in itself walks along the tree line for now. Like you've already left I would say probably by the time like you do it, anything would happen along this. I think about maybe an hour you've been walking for about an hour down the trail, and you're now getting along a tree line off to your left, which would be since you're heading north, it's your west. And you see some herbs growing amongst them. Would there be any of those? I'll roll for that. No, there is not. Okay. I was going to see if there's any like mushrooms or something like that. No, there's not.
Do I have? Of course I do. I sent the message bell to Braybar. There do appear to be many herbs in the forest, and if I read correctly, some should help her injury.
If anything, like the thing is that, and this is something all you would probably be told by Lana back at the temple, is that the damage to her bones and stuff like that has pretty much been completely repaired. It takes a little bit more to repair, like say the muscles and nerves and stuff like that. They've been mostly repaired, but she's still nowhere near as good on her feet as she used to be. That will take more time.
Yep.
So Braybar, you get this.
Yeah.
So you get this message from Stein.
Revenmar.
Yeah, I'm going for Stein because I don't want to mispronounce names. Yeah.
Okay. I tell him back, why take a chance on herbs? I think it should be, stuff that we know is 100% going to help instead of something that might hurt.
Okay. Well, I send the message bell again. You are the authority on this.
It depends on the type of plant. Like if there's a chance of a parasite, inside of it, it'd be the best.
Not aware of any parasites, but okay. Like I said, sounds like we're not going to be using the herbs then.
Okay. That's up to y'all. Like I'm not forcing anyone to do anything.
We
So-
could
Yeah.
them and dry them, and then that way we would be sure that there are no parasites on them. But if they're fresh, they could do some.
I will say, Braybar, you sound like you're cutting out a bit. But as far also right quick, like what you could do, one thing you guys can let you guys know is that you could go over, like you could, Revamar, you could point out the herbs yourself, like because you're all walking in a line, so you could just tell the general direction you're looking, which is over to your west, and that would be easy enough to point out. And I figured, like, if you do check them out, Braybar, like, you can make a nature check. That or survival. Right? Survival? Yeah, survival. But I would say nature would probably be the one you would look at more for this kind of situation. Though I could argue survival would be fine too.
I guess I'll check it out.
Okay. Excuse me. 13? Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I think a 13 would be enough to know that you do not see any parasites or anything like that. It would take a little preparation, but yeah, you could probably make use of these herbs to concoct something. If anything, what you could do is you could pull, like, as a druid yourself, you probably can harvest these herbs, and by the time you guys get to a point where you should take a rest to have lunch and whatnot, you guys, you could probably take your time, that time of the hour break, you could probably concoct something up. You would still need to do
Okay.
you would still need to do another check at that point, but you could still do it.
Okay.
All right, so let me. Okay, so yeah, I was rolling on a random chart and something very quick. So yeah, I assume you're harvesting these herbs.
Yep.
Okay, give me one more nature check just to see right quick something. Okay, so you like rolling 13, sir.
I guess.
Anyways, so yeah, you end up harvesting these herbs. No real residual damage. You probably didn't pull up as much root as you would like to have, but you still got enough that you could still do what you want to do. There's no actual real damage to the herbs themselves. I will say that the roll I just did was to check like how durable the roots and such like were. So
Okay.
all right, so let's see. While you guys are going and doing that, let's go check in on Cal and Artorias, shall we? What are you guys doing just right now? You've spent a night in here. Pretty quiet night. They might have bugged you a little bit, Artorias, to just kind of
Yeah, I'm
pester you
not
because you're a
surprised.
Bosmian.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But otherwise, they didn't do anything too foul. They didn't come and beat you up or anything like that.
So they at most just stayed right in front of my cage, or I guess jail cell, just, I don't know, making fun of me?
Probably could be considered a cage considering, but
True that. I can't really do much considering I'm bound to quite literally a metal chair.
yeah. Let me check one other thing. No, okay. Artorias, the feeling that you got from this place before about the orb is gone. You can't feel it.
Oh. Strange.
Let me roll one other thing for all y'all. Interesting. Okay. 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 So, about another hour passes, and this is going to go for everyone right quick.
Oh.
There's a mist that fills both around where you guys are that are walking the path, and in the jail cells. You, Cal, specifically, it is extremely thick since you are in a very enclosed spot. There's no real outlet for where it's going for you. Whereas Artorias, it's a little thinner, but it's still relatively thick. You could tell this is not natural mist. And this is to everyone.
So it's this again, huh?
Mm-hmm. What exactly? You don't know. You just know that you have this miss. What do you guys do?
Well, not like I could really do anything.
I mean,
I'm just.
are you sure?
Well, I mean, I'm kind of being held up. So if I want to do anything, I can't unless something decides to help me out there.
I mean, you're not. Yeah, but your mouth's not gagged.
Ah, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
I'm just
You
putting
think
it.
maybe-
I'm just putting it out there, dude. You're not gagged.
I mean, I figured. Unless they decided to treat me even more pretty than they already are.
What's up?
No, I said that I figured since I don't think they're treating me that badly
Sorry, I was just
yet.
checking one thing right quick. Yeah, they haven't been
Mm.
treating you too poorly. They, though they will. I will say they did disturb your sleep last night a bit.
Of course they do that.
That's what I rolled.
Thanks.
That's what I was rolling for earlier.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
There
Well,
was
they
a
were just
lot
a-
worse. There was some definitely worse stuff that could have happened, though.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
I pretty much rolled dead center.
So I got lucky.
Yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah, if I rolled high
Uh,
enough, they would have just left you alone. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. First, we'll go ahead and go with Artorias and Cal. Anything you guys doing with this mist?
Can I try to look for a source, or is it just like just showed up suddenly, or did it like show up gradually?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 21.
Yeah, I definitely think you could tell that this came all of a sudden. This was, like I said, this is very much not natural mist. Like, with also your training, I think you would realize this is magical in nature.
Hmm.
So, since I'm at the front, I will cast Gust, the cantrip,
Mhm.
at will, I guess,
Okay.
if possible.
Okay. You cast Gus, you get a bit of clearing for a moment, and then it comes right back. Not a bad idea. But as I said, this is not natural mist. So, Cal, what are you doing with this information, my friend?
Ah,
Artorias, you doing anything?
Oh, I guess I will try to look around, see if I can see anything in the mist. Probably won't be able to, but hey, it's worth a shot.
Okay. Roll with disadvantage for perception.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
For
Uh,
Echozilas, if you didn't know, Artorias lost his eye.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
They had to fight a.
Oh.
That was one thing I probably forgot to mention is that when they went to the city by themselves, I think it was last up. Like it was like what last episode or the end of the episode before was that they ended up fighting a barbarian that was a part of the cult, and they gave him a ran for their money, but the barbarian won in the end. And one of the things, and Artorias rolled really poorly on the injury check, so he lost an eye. Like he rolled a 3.
Oh,
just like I did with my reception check. Damn,
Jeez.
I got a 20 and a 3.
Yeah.
You know,
With the
I'm
3, yeah.
disadvantaged?
Yeah, with the disadvantage, like, yeah, you can't really see through anything for this mist. It's just so thick. Like, it's so hard to tell if there's anyone there at all.
this mist, it's tummy thick.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways.
Oh my god.
I think I have an idea. So we can still see each other. I
Yeah.
take out a rope from my bag and I say to everyone, grab hold so that we can know where each other are.
Okay. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done for this
Okay,
idea.
not a bad idea.
Remember, survival trip number 5 to keep your humanity. Know how to tie a noose.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so Braybar is going to effectively toss his rope back for each of you all to grab and kind of, or more like hand it back. And then I assume we are just going to have each other hold the rope and then, like, because it's 50-50 rope, so you got a good bit of distance in between each other then, if you wanted to use the full 50. Or you could do is, like, have it go half of it go all the way down to the end of the group, and then the other half go straight back to the big front of the group, and that way you're holding two parts of it.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you pass down the rope and have it move back to the front, and you now all are holding two parts of this rope all at the same time. So, ooh, Artorias,
What's up?
give me a wisdom check.
All right, let's.
Specifically, a wisdom saving throw. It is a wisdom saving throw.
All right. I got a 16.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
You're good then. You're good then. I had an idea, and I'm not going to say what it was.
Oh gosh.
I'll let you guess what it was. Cal, I'm going to go ahead and say do the same for me, but you have advantage because you do know the nature of this mist.
So wisdom saving?
Wisdom saving throw. You have
Okay.
advantage, though.
I just got lucky. I know for sure. I'm sure I just did.
So 25.
Yeah, you're good. You can tell that
Oh,
there.
well.
So I will say for both of y'all, because of your saves, you can tell that there's something twisted about this. But it only feels like it because you guys are in such an enclosed space that it feels concentrated. This is why. This is the DM explaining why that the other group doesn't have to make the save.
Because we're in an enclosed space. Makes sense.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3. Acozealous.
What's up?
You hear a whisper on the wind. It's very faint, very quiet.
All right.
I'm trying to think exactly words because I had the idea that it slipped, like the exact word slipped from my mind. Crap.
It's like those words were on the wind.
Shut up. Shut up. You hear the words, "The time of death grows nigh."
That ain't ominous.
I had the rolls for something because I forgot about it last session. So yeah, you hear this on the wind. What do you do?
Time of death. Well, I mean, I'm gonna leave it to myself at this moment in time. I don't think it's really gonna be. I don't know what the urgency is. I mean, I don't know if we got like any word to go and try to find the other two yet. I just know that we're just traveling in that direction. So for the time being, I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
What's your passive perception, Ankozilis?
My passive perception,
Mhm.
15.
Out of the corner of your eye, you would see some red glowing lights. And they're just floating there. They look at first like eyes, but you could see them move around and just kind of like wisp in the wind. And then they disappear. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Oh, that was almost a 14. Hey, there we go. There's an 18.
With an 18, yeah, you could tell the source of the... So, how do I explain this? So, with your perception, your passive perception, plus also the active perception check that you've just made, yeah, you could tell that the sound, the source of the voice came from those lights, but they have not disappeared.
Okay. I guess what I will say to the party is, hey, just be on guard rather quick. Something's watching.
Yeah, I figured.
Watching, you say? And let's already make a check on something. Let's see. Actually, what check would this be? It's important. Yeah, that'll probably be it. Yeah, because you said specifically there's something watching, so yes, you would probably make that kind of check. So that would be an advantage then. She just rolls the same thing twice. Okay, sure. I love advantage checks and then rolling the exact same thing twice. That's just, I can't tell if it's hilarious or just like saddening.
Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, you need a bit of madness in your life. Anyways, so yeah, Sarvati's, you could tell, you could tell Sarvati's ears are kind of like on a swerve, just listening in for anything. She's also actively looking around.
I just imagine Socrates' ears just being like little turrets every single time something's going on in the background.
Oh, I mean,
they're just turning in their place somehow. It's like if she was like an owl without a neck, but just her ears.
I also think of like in general, like wolves / dogs and stuff like that, and how when they listen, how their ears are.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I just have this funny image of that.
No, I get it. I get it. It is. I see what you're talking about. It is pretty funny. But yeah, so for once, Thursday's like, I don't see or hear anything.
Yeah, definitely be on guard. If that one right there doesn't know there's something around, there's definitely something around. Able to evade her at this point.
For those listening in, I rolled a 17. Let that be said, I rolled a 7. She got a 17 result. You guys don't know that.
Sounds like some really bad luck right there.
Or maybe it's really good luck.
Who knows? Only I do.
Mm.
Only I do. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say you guys make your way through the mist. I'm gonna roll before I decide that. So I need Artorias and Cal to give me another wisdom saving throw. Both of you with advantage.
Right then.
20.
Okay.
See how
And
that goes.
Artorias, wisdom saving throw with
Yeah.
advantage.
Alright. That's 11 for that one.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Yeah, you feel something trying to twist at your mind, and just it's like this grating whisper that just is kind of constantly evading your mind, just whispering all sorts of just mean things, but you manage to shrug it off. Just so essentially, what I'm trying to say is this DC was 15. The DC save was 15, so you just barely got it.
Oh wow, that's quite the luck right there.
As for my party that is traveling, let me roll actually that just to be certain. Yeah. Okay. So about 2 hours pass, and this is for everyone in general now. 2 hours pass, and the fog just suddenly disappears. I want to note for Artorias and Cal, at least, well, more Artorias because of where he's at. Cal, maybe if you really listen, you might be able to tell, but it doesn't sound like anyone's actually like panicked. It doesn't sound like anyone's, running around crazy. Like, from what you can tell, nothing. They look like nothing happened. As for my party, yeah, the mist clears up eventually, and nothing really happens in the mist. But when you finally do exit the mist, you're about probably on top of a hill, and yeah, there's pretty clear. It's pretty clear from all angles from where you can see. You guys have been following along the road. Yeah, pretty quiet travels. I think though you would want to probably about the amount of time that you have traveled though, it's probably good to take a small break, like a short rest. You guys could decide if you want to though, because you've been traveling for about 3 or 4 hours now.
Well, 4 hours is not too long.
It's midday, so it's like lunchtime now. Because like you guys started about like 8 a.m., so it's about noon now.
I mean, probably could use a 10-minute break or something. Whatever.
Right, yeah.
Eat a sandwich.
You
Good
guys
idea.
gonna want to think through what the hell you're doing in that village too.
That's
Town.
exactly the first thing we want to do when the mist disappears. I believe it's a lot more interesting why the mist disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared very suddenly.
You guys also gotta remember for what you guys learned from the town before leaving it. It's they're not very friendly. The Bosmians from where we currently are at.
Well, to be fair, none of them are Bosmians, so they don't have to worry about it as much, other than Sarpedy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Well,
We don't take
The only real one.
kindly around here.
we do have to worry because we're associating ourselves with Bosnian. So
See, that's
let
the
the- I'll- I'll
barbarian.
let
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You know what? I'm gonna let the record stand right now. You guys associate yourselves with the Bosnians. I'm just tolerating them.
I mean, technically, you're a bodyguard to a Bosnian.
That means you're guilty by association.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to look at it that way,
I mean, it's a cult. What do you expect
mean-
from them?
Yeah, they're gonna see it that way even if you don't. So
Well, technically,
I
either
mean,
way, he's still associating with her.
I mean,
Like,
lucky. You're lucky though. You got the advantage of not really getting too much damage done to you. I didn't get that either.
either way, I believe it would be best to continue eat while walking, because what's more important is finding out why the mist suddenly arose and suddenly disappeared. Do you think not?
I mean, it's up to y'all.
Yes, I'm talking to the group.
My only thing is that we know the mist suddenly rose again. We know that we're being monitored and watched, but it doesn't make any difference if we stop now to rest or to keep treading through at this point in time and wearing ourselves down even further. I mean, I'd rather be sharp as attack than be stuck, getting out of this and then problems.
Is that? Nope, you make a good point. He puts down his backpack and then he just makes a little picnic.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, also as a reminder, Braybar, you do have those herbs by now. They probably will be bit dried out and prepared, ready for use. All you'd have to do is mix them.
Oh, well, now is the perfect time.
If Braybar's
Yep.
there he is. All right. So if you're going to
I
do that,
cracked it with the herbalism kit.
okay. I think that gives you advantage on the check, or would it just be you'd be able to straight make it if you give it if depending on how much time you spend on it. I'm going to say you guys are probably going to take an actual short rest here. So it would be like an hour long. So I'd say actually, yeah, you don't have to worry about doing a check because you have the herbalism kit. So yeah, you make a kind of like a small. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make you make an elixir of sorts for her sorority. Do you wish to give her the elixir?
You're breaking up a bit.
I might be too far away from my mic. I was just saying, do you want to give sorority the elixir?
Yes, and I warn her that it's going to taste very bad. I mean,
Most excuse me. Most medicines do. So let's see. Yeah, you probably would have had
Really
it.
find a great flavor for that.
Hey man. So yeah, I would say it would be probably in like a small bowl or something like that. So she's going. Yeah, she's just going. Yeah, she'll drink it. Her ears are flattened back. She's not too fond of the smell, but otherwise, yeah, she downs it. She definitely goes. Like you could definitely tell us that it was not tasty. But about 5 or so minutes, yeah, she looks a little more peppy. Not by a lot, but it's still taking time to take effect, but it's having a noticeable effect. As for if anything happens, Okay, so yeah. Once you guys finish your short rest, you guys start making your way. You will say that pretty much the trip has been uneventful, but also like the biggest reason you would probably assume that is because you guys have been traveling on the main road, and every now and then, especially the closer you get to this other town, you can see some guards walking up and down this path. There are indeed people that are watching and patrolling this road, so Trying to find one thing right quick. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All right. So I would say about 4 o'clock. Yeah, probably about 4 o'clock. You've been traveling for most of the day now. You guys come to this place. All right. So you guys can see it in Discord. I replied to it. That's a map of the place. The place is called Savante. Now, you can't see it from necessarily this perspective, but this is kind of give you a general look of like what the layout would look like from your perspective. Because you could see, let me pull up the map for myself. You can see up to once you get towards the general entrance, you can see a lot of small buildings and stuff like that. You see, before you even enter the place though, there's one little building and it looks like it's a guard post. Because you see a couple of guards standing outside of it and a few like sitting in the back, kind of resting a little bit. As you walk into the city in itself, you see a lot of small buildings off to your right-hand side, and then to your left-hand side, you see like the whole place in itself, like the whole city is covered by walls, is surrounded by walls. But the residential area in themselves have walls surrounding each certain section of the place. So and the only reason you could tell it's the residential area is because you could see a sign pointing to the general direction of residential, and then the other way pointing to the shops and stage and stuff like that, and then one's pointing towards the north to be towards the temples and such. Off to the right-hand side, probably the first building you would see would probably be a weapons store. And then also you would probably see behind that building a bit of a bigger building. Looks almost like a tavern or an inn. It looks maybe possibly a mixture of both. And then now it's not super hard to tell, mostly just because they're so big, is you could see 3 different temples in the back area of this place. Then up on kind of a hill-like area, separate and outside of this wall, is another temple-like place that's a lot grander, a lot bigger. But it's also surrounded by its own walls.
Okay.
So where to first?
Um, I
That's
think
about-
that's more to you.
I'm leaving it up to you guys. I've done my part. I've told you the map. And I've already linked it back in Discord saying on the reply, this is the map.
Should we try to maybe try to see if we can find a blacksmith? Or an armor?
A blacksmith, okay.
You definitely, I will say that amongst the things is that there are signs hanging up that are above each building. So like one shows a sword, one shows armor, one shows the anvil, one shows food, one shows a potion.
I say let's go and I'm gonna head over to an armor.
Armor. I remember the armor. Artorias Arcala, did you write down a note of what I gave his name as? Don't think I wrote it down. I think I made it up on the spot.
Which one, the blacksmith or the armor?
Technically, the blacksmith I think you're talking about is actually the weaponsmith.
Ah, yes.
So I'm talking
weaponsmith
about the
or-
armor. The one that sold
alright.
Cal the shirt, I think it was the chain shirt. Chain shirt. It was like the
Mhm.
chain shirt of the half plate.
I remember he was a
His name is
tiefling.
Devin.
His name was
No,
Devin.
wait.
Okay,
No, it's Avron.
it's Avron.
Yes, Avron.
Okay, and I do remember he was a tiefling. That is, yeah.
Yeah, I was annoying the hell out of him in that one episode.
I'm trying to remember if I
Those-
gave him a color of skin or not. I think I did. I think it was like red. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if you're going to the armor, so you do see this place. It doesn't look super well kept, but at the same time, it's not. It's not like trashy. It's looking like it's kept in standard care for considering the kind of shop that it is. Are you all going in, or is it just you?
I'll leave it up to them.
Well, Stein's writing a message.
Oh, in that case, might as well come along. We should not split up.
Yeah, shit. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Considering what's happened already, hint. Okay, so
I will not learn from this mistake.
that's wow. Okay, you break the one unwritten rule in D&D. That is
And it just became more interesting, didn't it?
for who?
That well, for basically all of us. I mean, I'm suffering, but hey, I'm having fun either way.
Wow, masochism much?
I can't confirm or deny that concern. I don't feel like it. I I'm enjoying this, but at the same time, I am. It's
Anyways,
more
Embrace
like
it,
I'm just
man.
excited and find this fun. What?
what?
What did you
Just
say?
embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace the masochism.
Hey, man, I know you're the masochist here, but I'm not over here taking pleasure in getting the shit beat out of me. You're worth the one that was getting thrown around by a barbarian, man, my dude.
All I have to ask is, did Artorias say harder when it happened?
Hell no, that would have been weird. What the hell? I mean, it would have been hilarious, sure, but like
Wow.
the guy was being very racist, so I'm pretty sure he would have gotten much more aggressive if I did.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so you go into this armory. Looks pretty standard fare. Nothing's over the top special that you could tell. I think it was only the weaponsmith. I think I made mention of that kind of thing. So yeah. You see a tiefling that is sitting behind the counter. He's just reading a book. Leather bound cover. I believe I gave him the skin color. Yeah, so he would probably. If my description is different from what we had, I apologize. I didn't write it down, and I should have. I made this up on the spot. You see a tiefling man. He has long curled horns on top of his head. Protruding from his forehead. He has long, sleek black hair that's tied kind of back up in a ponytail, a very low ponytail, so it's kind of like just hanging down there, very loosely. He wears a red tunic of sorts, but it's very much not blending into his skin. It's like a darker red compared to like where he has like a kind of like a regular bright red, where his tunic is a more like brownish red kind of color, and he wears some just regular old pants. Honestly, kind of looks like maybe some brown leather pants, something like, or not even leather, but like more like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'd probably go cotton, but that's not quite the material I'm thinking, but close enough. He's just sitting there, just reading his book, and he sees you come. He sees you come in, and it's like, hello, how can I help you?
I was
Funny,
wondering.
he wasn't being that nice to us last time.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you also came to him at a weird time. That's your fault.
Hey, we
Anyway.
were still paying customers, damn it.
Yeah, paying customers or not doesn't mean that you're gonna get treated nicely.
Anyways, hello, how can I help you?
I'm wondering, do you have anything for, I guess, what type of armors do you got?
I don't turn anything into anything too special, but I do have the basics: half plate, regular plate. Well, technically, I mean, he should have said full plate, not regular plate. That's on me. I do have a few leather armors here and there, some chain shirts, stuff like that.
Full plate?
Yes, indeed.
Ugh.
I only have one though. Don't keep much of it in stock.
I guess let me take a gander at it.
Pulling the equipment up right now. I should have had that up. Let's see. Full plate. I guess what we consider. Doesn't say that. Okay, so we consider plate now. Okay. Because I don't see an actual full plate here, but I'll look that up real quick. There is an actual full plate. I'm looking that up. Awesome.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yes, give me one moment, dude. It's no actual. So just regular plate as it is. Okay. He brings out a silvered armor plate that is a full bodysuit. Looks probably would be about your size. It looks, though it does look very heavy.
Okay.
What is your armor class normally? Would you be interested in this, my friend?
How much is it?
Well, let's see. Oh boy, what? Where did I put that? He's like, I haven't written it down here. Hold on a second. This isn't the DM looking around. He's actually looking for it because he has a thing. No, under this, no. The paperwork. So much paperwork. Who needs this paperwork? Here it is. He brings out a piece of leather, that has like almost like a clipboard like thing made of leather, and he has a piece of paper on it. It's like plate. Yes, it is 1,500 gold.
1,500 gold for plate?
Yes, it is made mostly out of steel, and because trade, resources being what they are now, since a lot of things have been, lost to us, resources are very limited. So making something like this is not easy.
Okay. 1,500.
Indeed.
I'll come back on that.
All right. You do look like you could. Tell you what. I'll lower the price by 500 gold. So for 1,000.
1,000 for plate.
You will not find a better deal anywhere else.
Maybe not anywhere else that's here.
I assure you, we will not find a better price. I am actually losing money by selling it at that. The only reason I think I am willing to do that is I feel like we could be good friends.
All right. I guess I'll pay you 1,000.
Okay. Well then. Let's see. If this does not fit, I do know the blacksmith. He can help you out for the fitting if it needs to be changed in fitting size. He will do it for free. Him and I have a little deal going on between us. If it needs something needs refitting, I have to recommend him, and he'll do it for free as long as he recommends any people that need armor to me.
I see. Okay.
So if you just go into your inventory and look up plate armor, it should just be
Looking at it.
straight. It should be just called straight plate.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
It is higher AC, but unfortunately, you will no longer have the adamantine effect. So
I'm gonna try to fix that.
okay, I would have to figure out how much that would cost to change that to, but fair enough. Yeah, it looks like about the armor would probably fit you as is. It looks like it's already built for like someone bigger in mind.
Gotcha. Well,
Good.
I'm gonna go and
Because
find.
to be
what
fair,
that-
sorry, I was just gonna say because to be fair, there is an actual strength check involved with plate armor, and it's strength 15.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So it's built with people in mind that are bigger.
Yeah. With that, I'm gonna make my way over to the blacksmith.
Where is it?
Don't know, where is the blacksmith?
I don't know. Anyways, on a serious note though. So yeah. As I go, thank you very much. Give my regards to the blacksmith as well, as if you would not mind, please. Was there anything else that I could help you with?
Not at the moment.
Indeed. Oh, well.
Or actually,
Mhm.
I do have one question.
Indeed.
Since I still do have it in my inventory,
Okay.
from my bag, I'll go ahead and pull out just the helm, but it'll be a helmet of that obsidian armor that I've been holding on to.
Quite a fine piece. Looks a little
Yeah.
beat up.
Yeah, I understand that. Do you know anyone where they could has seen anybody else with this plate mail by chance?
I'm gonna check what that be. That would probably be history. Just because. What is history based on? Let's go ahead and give him up that plus. That was. Yeah, it was a while ago, but I do remember seeing something like that. Bigger fellow, a little bit bigger than you. What was he? He was, I think he was a human. I think he was, or something along the lines of that. Darker skin. Was wearing full black armor. He stood up. He stood out a lot. He said he needed some repairs on his armor. Very looked much like a custom job, so it was not easy
I'm
to.
gonna come off mid statement. How long ago and where is he?
About a month ago. I can't say exactly where he was going. He didn't give a general.
As he says that, I'm gonna roll an intimidation check just to see if I can actually press him for more information, feeling as if he's holding something back.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
God damn it!
I think what would happen in this case, you try to get up, try to get
I'm
close.
just gonna snort at this point.
I think what you actually try to do is you try to snort, like to try to make yourself look like you're flaring up with a little bit of fire, but in truth, all you do is just make yourself look like you're laughing a little bit.
just coughing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you okay, friend?
Are you sure you don't know anything else? That he was only here a month ago, and what direction he went?
Let's see. Let's see. What was his check again? He did. I think he mentioned something about the capital. The capital's farther up to the north.
Wait a minute. That means he was in here. What was he in here for?
He was. Oh, this is me. As far as it sounded like, he was also looking for someone of essentially this kind of armor. See if someone else. He's seen someone. Maybe looking for someone to get it fixed, maybe or something like. They found the pieces. Maybe I don't know.
What did he have on? Did he show you something of similar nature?
He did. It was also a helm like yours.
So he was wearing it, and he had someone else's as well.
Well, he wasn't wearing his helm as it was. He himself was. Excuse me. That's me, not him. He was. He wasn't wearing. Like he had. I think he might have taken it to the blacksmith before, because I think he mentioned something about he got a weird custom order before or something like that. Something like about black armor. That was the most obsidian looking plate armor that I've ever seen. Obsidian is a very rare material now these days, so it stood out a little bit. As far as his armor goes, as far as his armor goes, his armor looked banged up a bit, but not too bad. It was mostly just his helmet, it sounded like. He only kept that one helmet that he had because it wasn't his, at least. It looked too small for him. He just mentioned about that he was looking for someone, and he had this helmet, and that's about it. Other than he said that
how did he describe that said someone?
Let me make a roll. Let's see. How many brothers was it you had that came along the trip?
4 others.
4 others, and then we had the one that was there. So that's.
Well, no, it'd be 4 all together. So
Well, yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, 5 all together. That would be including myself, but yeah.
Okay, so that would be 4 because of him. We already know. So that would including him. That's 3 left. Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 3. It was. Yeah. Okay. Another. And I believe it was what was it? A high elf of sorts. He said it was for one of his high elf brotherenners that he worked alongside. He didn't say much more than that, other than that it was for his elf friend. And if had seen him, I had unfortunately not. Not many high elves come through here. And all I know is I pointed him in the general direction of I did see someone come through here that wore the same armor, and he was asking about the armor itself.
So wait a minute. You've seen 2 people come. You've seen 2 individuals coming through here with that armor on.
Not personally. My friend the blacksmith did. This might be me getting stuff mixed up, not him.
Okay.
Essentially, long story short, is he met the one guy that was bigger than you, and had the helmet that he had, and then the helmet of one of his brothers, which is not yours, from what it sounds like. But it was a high elf, from what from the brother described.
Okay. Well, with that said, then I'm gonna thank him.
Indeed.
And actually, while I'm at it, I'm gonna thank him. And everybody can be angry at me for this later.
The hell are you doing?
And I'm gonna go ahead and tip him another 100 gold for the information.
I'm just reading the Discord now. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. Yes, if I find any more information, I will try to get a hold of you if I can. I do have some scrolls of spells here every now and then. If I find out any more information, I shall let you know.
All right. Well, can you point me in the direction of where the blacksmith is at?
He should be right next door. Thank you.
Okay. So I will head next door then.
Okay. Just in case, he did tell you his name was Arvin.
Arvin.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to release my name to him on that same premise after he mentioned that, after I showed him the helmet.
Okay, that's fine. He doesn't say anything. Okay, so yeah. Blacksmith, I know I didn't do anything with you guys.
Nah, I just got into very interesting arguments.
Well, you guys met the armorer.
The armor and the weaponsmith, I believe. Yeah.
I mean,
Where
I
did-
will say I think Sarvati would be probably staying outside, by the way, because she's keeping her wolf with her. Probably best not to walk into a store with a wolf, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So yeah, you go one store up to the north. I will say, so you're in the general direction of which way you're going more to the north. It's only one shop over, so you don't have to go very far.
Okay.
But yeah, you see this store. This store is very much like the last blacksmith you met over at Rotundo, and it's very open. The forge and the anvil is kind of like very much outside the store. Well, the forge in itself is actually in the store, but the anvil in itself is outside, right in front of the store, front of it, and out front of the store.
Gotcha.
It looks like he's working on a piece, but it's not a helmet that he was mentioning before. The armor was.
Okay. Here, let's get to some other people real quick and come back to my turn on that,
Okay,
if you don't mind.
go for it. Okay, so what else you guys got for me? Anything for you, Raybar, Stein?
Well, okay, question. I'm not actually too sure about this. I personally don't have a lot of money.
Mhm.
Do we have like a bank or something along those lines? Well, not actual bank, but like our own, like somebody holding a lot of money or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys have a
holding
group fund.
A
Yes,
group fund.
Yep.
Okay, in that case,
if you want to know
let's
how
do
much you have in the group fund, it's 68,988.
68,000. Okay.
The DM was
If
nice.
where is it? Medium armor. There we go. I would love to buy myself some medium armor, actually.
Okay.
What was
If we're going straight for the medium armor, what's your
where
dex?
is my dex is I believe +2. Yes.
Do you have proficiency in it?
In medium armor? Yes.
Okay, just making sure that's all. Okay. I assume while you guys are still there, or at the very least while Agozilis is going to the blacksmith that's literally right next door, you would move up to this guy and he addresses you. You're a tiefling if I remember right, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good to see another tiefling. How can I help you?
Oh, likewise. So
Indeed.
if you can, I would appreciate if I could purchase a. Let's see, do I need that much? A breastplate.
Okay. I should have some. Breastplate would be. You look a little dexterous, but yeah, it would probably suit you well. Is there any specifications that I should know about, or is it just you're looking for straight up like mail or breastplate? That's me, not him. Messing up.
Just looking for some good armor because I know that's what I'll be needing next.
Indeed. Well, can never be too safe, I suppose. So yeah. Breastplate would be. He pulls out this leather thing again. This leather clipboard. The words escape me right now. And he's like, let's see. Breastplate would be about 400 gold. Very good stuff. Very good stuff, especially for someone that's not more on the like front lines kind of thing. But it's not, and it's not the best, but it's also not as noisy.
Yeah, that's unfortunately what I have to go for. In character, he probably doesn't know too much about armor, but is there something I can roll to see if it's like, you know, actually good quality or the correct price or something along those lines?
I'm gonna tell you right now that his profession is he is an armorer. He looks like he's been doing this for a while. Like
Okay.
I mean, you could try to see if you could do an insight check if you want, but
All right. I want to see if I think that he thinks that he will be scamming me with that, you know,
that's up
with
to
the
you.
price he's asking. 11. Oh, I don't think I see too much, do I?
No, I mean, it seems genuine. He doesn't seem like he's been hiding anything. Like he's been pretty expressive for the most part. Like he looks like he's been pretty straightforward with y'all.
Hmm. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name. It was
Arvin.
what? Arpit?
Arvin.
Arvid. Ah, yes.
No.
Apologies.
We'll just make sure. Arvin. It's
Arvid.
spelled phonetically. It's Alpha Romeo Victor Echo November.
Okay. Well, it's good to meet another one. I am Revenmore.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. As far as the breastplate goes, though, yeah, it's 400 gold. Like I said to your friend, the materials are hard to come by. Not it's nothing personal. It's a matter of just getting the materials is much harder these days. Most of the stuff being underwater and everything like that. We have a much bigger supply shortage than we used to.
And it's not simply the water. Yeah, okay.
Well, to be fair, the
Um,
waters are dangerous. Going underwater is a very dangerous task.
I can imagine. I fortunately enough do not have too much experience with that.
Not many do. And if they do, they're probably dead.
Exactly. Well, I am happy to pay.
Right? That'll be 400 gold.
Okay. And he's going to you know, um, he's going to pay for the for it if he can convince whoever the person is that can hold the gold, that's holding the gold.
That would be Akuzush.
Akazilis. Aha.
The person that literally just left the armor.
And so he looks back and he goes, "Oh shit, I'll be back."
Indeed.
And then he's basically running towards Akazilis and says, "Hey, hold on.
What is it?
He has a breastplate, 400 gold. I would appreciate some armor as well. I'm sure you can imagine."
I'll just hand him the 400 gold.
Okay.
Cool. He's gonna come back to the armor shop. He's gonna buy it, and he's gonna continue with some small talk now.
Okay.
Being that he doesn't meet other tieflings too much, he's trying to maybe try to get him to be a somewhat friends.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat the whole thing out. Essentially, you guys just talk about like where you guys are from and stuff like that. Your experiences and such like that in society. He does make mention like, hold on, actually no. Do you ever mention any of the gods or anything like that?
Any of the gods? Well, he's not a the faith is not that important to him. It's more like, sure, it's a part of his life, but it's not the most important part, so it's unlikely.
Okay.
So, oh, actually, thinking about it, no, that's absolutely wrong. He wants to steer it into that particular direction because of because of the cult. Of course, you would want to do that. I'm stupid.
I mean, it's up to you. What is your character doing?
So, like I said, he does want to try and steer the conversation towards, let's say, oh yeah, there's a temple up there in it. I don't imagine it's to Vitres, say.
Which temple are you talking about? Are you talking about the one outside of the walls?
Wait,
Or,
that's
or
a
are you
temple wall?
or are you specifying? Are you even trying to specify which one you're talking about? Because there are multiple temples out there.
There are multiple temples out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the map.
Yeah, in the back.
The backpack?
Just right behind the store, the one that I see on the map.
Oh, the one behind the store. Are you talking about the stage? Like, is
Oh,
it to the
that's where
north?
the store's at. Oh, I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Okay, so
I
to the north of the
read the map
temples, to
wrong.
the east is a stage and some taverns and such like that, and to the west is the residential.
Yes. Okay. So, let's see. How would you want to try and approach this? I think that should be more along a persuasion check. How he wants to try and mention the cult.
That's up to you. That
The
doesn't. That's not a check necessarily. That's up to you. How would your character do it?
the problem is, I'm RL, not a very persuasive person. I don't know how to word things. So, but he wants to try to do it very nonchalantly.
So you just
You know.
nonchalantly want to mention a cult?
How would a person go about this? I honestly don't know. Like I said before, I don't.
Maybe your character doesn't know how to go about it and just wants to straight up say it. Or that's up to you. What would your character do?
What my character do?
Yeah.
Well, he's a very charismatic person. I do know that much.
Okay.
So I can't actually think of a way.
Just think of how would you say it?
Let's see.
Because you do know that the cult is based around Atara. You do know that.
Okay, right, this is true. So it's called Antara. So how about so okay. So I think I've thought of something. Revmar is really trying to not say his opinion on faith too much when asking this question. Trying to not give his, not to make him think that he's not part of the cult or part of the cult. He just asked something along the lines of, let's see. Down further south, where I have been lately,
Indeed.
the prominent, the prominent organization dedicated to Atara has not spread there yet.
So you just straight up say something about there is no prominence of Atara.
I'm putting a very what's the word? I'm making a very clear particular organization. Not saying Atara isn't spread, just this particular organization hasn't spread there. Have you heard of any activity Any of them
That's
around here.
cocked. God damn it, that's the other thing. Turn thing.
You okay? Uh, mm. And then I proceed to say,
Yeah, his demeanor changed very quickly.
good reaction. And then just after that, he goes back to standing normal the way he was before. And if he's, if he's willing to do that, he wants to do a little continuous small talk. He, makes a no. He wants to continue small talking for a little longer. And then he says, "Well, I do have to go."
Is Ravenmore saying that?
Yep, he
Okay.
wants to first, continue whatever small talk he had going on before with him, whatever talk he had going on before with him, and then he wants to leave because, he said that.
I think honestly, before you even like actually start small talking again, I probably think he would be like, "I need you to leave. It's not safe. Please leave."
Subtle very much, and then he leaves. Good day.
I don't have time for subtlety. All right, so yeah, you leave the store, and actually, because I'm going to assume everyone's outside now, he locks the door. I think there would be a small sign that's on the window saying "open." It'd be flipped to close, and the curtains would shut. Okay.
Revmore goes back to what? Oh yeah, goes to the blacksmith because that is where
It's going.
Asher Zealous was heading towards.
Akozelis, yep.
Asher Zealous, yes.
Yep, Akozelis was heading to the blacksmith. Because he found it. We actually found the blacksmith. It took many years, but we found him. Pink understands.
Well,
Yes,
talking
I
to the
do.
armor was not very fruitful. Apparently, they do not like talking about them at all at the expense of their own lives. It appears. Anyways, how's it going on? Going on over here?
What happened?
Honestly, I don't feel like making another character up on the top of my head. So honestly, unless there's something you specifically want to ask this guy.
Wait, who, me?
Yes.
Come back to me really quick.
Okay. Sounds good. Stein, what's your character's passive perception again?
Fine.
Yeah.
9.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, just bustling city. Looks like it's pretty busy at this time. Nothing nothing really stands out. You do see some guards off to the side, but they're not really trying to do anything. They're just standing there. Looks like they're just standing guard. I would say, let's see. Let me check the map. I think they're on the other side. Let's see, where is it? There. Yeah, the guards would be on the other side of the road, so you wouldn't be able to see what they're wearing. You can tell they're guards because of they have spears in their hands. And they're just kind of standing there, keeping an eye out over the crowd.
I'm not particularly paying much attention anyways.
Yeah, I mean, with a passive perception of 9, like, you know, like you wouldn't really notice much anyways, so yeah. Right, Bar, was there anything you wanted to do, or?
Yeah, I wanted to search, whatchamacallit, the it was, destroyed.
Oh, you wanted to search
the
the temple where it says destroyed on the map?
Yeah,
Okay.
just to see if, you know, why it was broken down and stuff.
So, just so you're aware, where the temple is that it says destroyed, it actually doesn't like you guys can't see it from where you're standing. Like you can't see.
Yeah.
You see the different temples, like the 3 different temples. The obvious ones of Matora, Akos, and Vitris, and then you also see the one of Atara all the way up towards the north, as well. But there is very much an obvious big gap where there probably should be a temple there, but there, like, you can't tell there's been a destroyed temple there. I only put that there on the sense of, like, if you went over that general direction, yeah, you would see it, but metagaming wise, no, you would not see it. You wouldn't know it's that a destroyed temple is there.
Never mind.
Like, but yeah. So let's see, what would Sardi be doing? Let's see. Sardi would probably just be looking around, just keeping her ears open and looking around. Is there? Hold on. Yeah, there is one. Okay, so you see Sardi talking to a guard that that's been walking up and down this general path. It looks like. You can't hear what she's talking about though, but it doesn't look like the conversation's very long. That is, where's my notes on that? Yeah, so that would be that. Cool. She does look a little more stressed out after talking to them, though.
Is she still with the guards or has she come back?
The guard's walking away.
Oh, the guards are walking away. Oh, I see. Okay. Rivermar will walk to Sabriti and ask, they giving you trouble?
No, not them specifically. They were just warning me, since I am a foreigner.
Yeah, you could say foreigner. Okay.
Were they? You can keep going. Keep going. I'm just checking something else.
You know the deal. Perhaps it's better to move fast.
Maybe. At the very least, we'll probably be staying here for a while. We might want to get a room, or a couple of rooms, I should say.
Yeah, okay. At least we do have to do that.
Indeed. Wait, that's not what I want to open. Crap. Alright, so... No, not that. Okay, cool. I just wanted to check that, that's all. Okay, so yeah, if you're going to go for search for a place, probably the closest one would be this you can see this kind of large tavern. It sounds like it's bustling a bit. It's not super big. It doesn't sound super busy, but it does sound like whoever's there is having a good time.
That's probably the best kind of tavern.
It's kind of rustic feeling looking from what you could tell. I'm assuming all you are going together, so we'll treat the thing for Acozilis as a thing, as we'll go back a little bit to, unless it turns into something bigger than I'm intending. So yeah, you guys go to this tavern. I think that the door in itself looks like it's not the best well kept, but it also looks like it's been damaged recently. Looks more like it kind of came off the hinges a little bit, not completely off the hinges, but it's still like on last legs kind of hinge. Excuse me. So it looks like someone had been a little rough with it recently. Like how recent, you can't tell. Probably within the last couple days though. But this place otherwise looks pretty well kept. As far as what you see when you go in, I would say you see probably several tables and a fireplace off to the far end that was recently lit. As you can see, that the fire is looking pretty recent. The wood looks like it's been just started to burn. I would say probably like there's not a lot of actual like people there, but the few people that are there are playing. Looks like they're playing some cards. I would say it looks like they're having a joyous time. I'm just laughing and just drinking a few drinks here and there. Other than that, you see a bartender. The bartender behind the bar looks like it's he's an elven man. More wood elf like than high elf, if we had to specify, but he looks pretty lithe otherwise though. A few freckles on his face, brown hair with some red. His eyes are actually red in color. Probably about five footish, so he's not super tall. Yeah, probably the regular clothing, like brown tunic and such like that. And he looks like he's cleaning a glass. And I assume as you guys walk in, he clocks eyes with you guys and he's like, welcome. How can I help you?
A glass of ale and a place to stay for the four of us.
All right, glass of ale would be about a copper. And safe place to stay, well, that depends. How many rooms do you need?
Like I said before, there's the four of us. What do you have to offer?
Did you say that? Because I don't think you did.
Yes. I specifically said a glass of ale and a room for the 4 of us.
I didn't hear the 4 of us. That's on me.
Oh.
Okay.
That,
Well, that's more on me then. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. For 4 though. I mean, that depends. Are you doubling up or are you wanting room each?
whatever my turns the rest of the party, are we doubling up or are we too shy?
I mean, I would probably need my own rooms considering. The rest of
And the
y'all
rest
would
of you
be.
don't have an opinion?
Never.
Okay.
I'm going to treat that as they don't. So they will probably be. It probably be best to do one room be doubled up and then a single room for one of y'all.
Yep, that is what I was gonna mention. One double room, and 2 singles.
Let's see. That would be. Alright, that would be about 6 silver piece for the rooms in itself.
I think that's coming out of the collective, yes? The
I
collective.
think just to make
money.
it simple, just to make it simple, I'll go ahead and have already pay for it,
Okay.
just for simplicity's sake. Okay. Let's see, how observant is this dude? Pretty. He does. He clocks all his wasabi. He's actually been mostly cleaning the glass, so he hasn't actually really looked at you guys. He put down that glass, and he looks up for a moment, and then he sees all of y'all. And he clocks eyes with Sarvati for a moment. How expressive is he? Yeah, that's pretty obvious. He makes it. It's not hard to tell. His expression kind of darkens a little bit when he sees Sarvati. It's not for very long. It's like a kind of like a quick, like for a moment. Like he very much looks like his mood darkened a little bit, but he goes. But to make up for it, he literally just goes to the next class and starts cleaning it. Just please don't cause a ruckus. That's all I ask.
No more than usual.
Indeed.
And then whatever my proceeds to drink is ale.
Yeah. Okay. It's not super strong. It's not like something that you can get drunk off of easily. It's something you just
Obviously not.
it's kind of watered down, but not like super watered down. It's still got a bit of a kick to it, but it's not enough to be like put someone flat on their ass. All right. Well, he's gonna hand you 3 different keys. So yeah, if you guys want to, you could head up to your rooms, or you can have a kind of a team meeting in one of the rooms, or whatever you guys want to do. Or you could go back out on town.
Oh, what time is it currently outside?
I believe you guys got there at like 4 o'clock. So I'd probably say about 4:30.
Well, 4:30 is early in the day. Well, too early in the day to sleep.
Actually, no. I would probably take it back just to make sure. I'll probably say 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock ish. Still pretty early, but not like early.
Yeah. Not like forwards either.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, which one of you men are taking the single room? Okay, I'll throw it at one of you randomly.
I'll do it randomly for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, no wonder he didn't respond. He just got out of Discord and back in.
Yeah, Pink did.
Yeah. Are you having Discord issues? Pink?
He might be busy with something. Unless his Discord is asking up, because I can't hear him.
Yeah, if his Discord's acting up. I'm just gonna ping him.
Well, don't worry about it too much.
Oh, he's typing.
Yeah, Discord being weird, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely being weird. Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, Pink's Discord's being weird.
That happens
Yep.
sometimes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say that Pink's probably gonna get the single room.
Okay. Doing the Druid and I sharing a room. Okay.
Yep, so Braybar and you share a room. Alright. And then obviously Sarvati gets her own room as well. To be fair, it's less anything about being privileged and more of the fact that she is a lady. She doesn't want to exactly share a room with a guy.
Mm-hmm. No, I get it.
Yeah, I just remembered she's basically the only one that party that's female. Well, shit.
Was not, but yeah. She wasn't the only one, but then things happened, so.
Was it? Yeah.
Is stuff working now?
Yes.
Okay. God.
Yep.
I don't know what the heck happened. That sucks.
I was asking like the entire time. I was like, aren't I still over at the blacksmith? It's like, but
Well, okay. So we can go back to that right quick. Now that
oh no
your
no no
Discord's
no no
super-
no 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 no! I'll wait till you guys are done with your stuff. Just
Well, it
I
wasn't
just wanna-
super important. It was literally we were just establishing you guys got rooms in that
yeah,
at this
that's
tavern.
what I'm saying. Just finish that up real quick and then come back.
We pretty much are.
We are
Well,
finished.
just finish it up.
We are finished now.
Reverend is drunk in the ale. It's time for you to go to the blacksmith.
Well, you're not drunk. Shut up.
No, he's not getting drunk off of his ale.
First off, you've already
No way.
established in itself you're an alcoholic. So first off, no.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, back to the blacksmith.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna start the scene off by saying I'm gonna come in calmly.
Calmly, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Probably see a
And-
dwarven man.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm gonna take the helmet that's out, the same helmet that I showed Arvid. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna drop it onto the countertop. There he's at. Not gonna say hi. I'm gonna drop it right there in front of him.
Hello to you too. We're gonna help you with. I see you have this helmet. You need me to fix it, or
Have you seen this helmet before?
do a check for him? It's a dwarf, so he probably would have. Yeah, dwarves don't really forget stuff. By the way, I think you're breathing into your mic, Pink.
Probably so.
Okay, just let you know. That's all. Let's see. That would probably be that as a result. So, yeah, I've seen it. Doesn't work. I think what I say a month ago. No,
Yeah.
yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did say a month ago. Okay. Yeah, about a month ago, someone else came here, bigger guy. Said he wanted to drop this off the repair for one of his friends.
Has that said Fred come in yet?
No. I haven't seen anyone else, at least not anyone wearing his armor.
When did he say he was going to be coming in?
Well, he paid well, so the work was done relatively quick. He was here for maybe a day or two, and then he picked it up and left. That he was going to the capital. If there was no one here for him, probably did some time spending looking around for whoever he was looking for.
So he got his armor fixed, and then he had this one's fixed, and it's still here.
I thought that was the one that you were carrying around.
What's up?
I thought the one you had was the one he was that you had been carrying around.
Well, there's the one that I was carrying around, but what you just stated, it sounded like he dropped his off, and then he dropped off another one to get for the high elf.
No. He got all those fixed within like a day or two, so they're all still on him.
Oh, okay. So, but he's already picked them. Okay, so he's already picked them up and left.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because he made a payment for a rush order, effectively. What he's describing. Because it went, like as a point, I'll say like he paid extra to have it done quickly.
Okay. Well, with that,
But
I guess what I will continue on with then. So he just paid for it and left. Did he say anything else while he was here? Did he make any mention of anything?
He did mention that he was going to the north, to the capital. Probably look for his friend. Didn't mention too much more about that. Is there actual symbol on the armor itself?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it at on the armor?
It'd be on the shoulder plate.
The shoulder plate. Which one?
It'd be actually on. It'd be on both.
We on both. Okay. Let's see. That check was to see if he would remember. This check would be, does he recognize it? Probably would have advantage because of that. What was your order called again? I'm trying to remember. Crap.
It was called the Obsidian Wardens.
Obsidian Wardens. Okay. Yeah, I recognize the armor that he was wearing. It was from, what were they called? The Obsidian Wardens, I think it was. He said something about trying to find one of his. I mentioned to him, and he was like, he was trying to find one of his brothers. High Elf, I believe he said. Unfortunately, we don't see a lot of High Elves around here. We see all sorts, but High Elves typically tend to stay in the capital up to the north. Most of the High Elves is privileged folk, at least around here. So they keep to themselves in the capital. But other than that, not many High Elves. A few here and there that are merchants, but nothing that he mentioned. I would have 100% noticed that. Because your mark is obvious.
I'll go ahead with the sack that I have with all the armor in it. I'll go ahead and just unveil the rest of it out onto the table in front of him.
Okay.
Or like pull the bag and like have it kind of clink out of the bag or just drop onto the table.
I think that there would be some algae and stuff like that on the armor because it was been on, unless you've been taking it and cleaning it yourself. But mostly because it had been underwater. It looks like it had been underwater for a little while too.
Right, I got you. But I mean, the insignia should still be.
Well, yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, if you, just for detail purposes, it would be like not corroded, but it would be covered with algae a little bit.
Algae.
Yeah, but otherwise, like, it would still be in relatively good condition. Look a little beat up, but yeah. And yes, the logo would still be there on them. Yes. Same. Where'd you get this?
I found it.
All right. Where?
That's for me to know.
All right.
What I want to know, and I'll pull out the plate mail that I just got, and I'll kind of just like put that like on a sack there on the table. What I'm wondering what you could do is if you could fix that armor there with the plate that I have here, and we get it customized back to about around my size.
So to make sure I'm understanding this correctly, you want me to effectively to merge the two armors, take the material from this armor, the black one he's pointing at,
Yep.
and mix it with this plate mail that you just bought, it looks like. Because that's way too shiny for it to be used.
Yeah.
I think I could do that. Might take
And
me.
how much more would it be if you could incorporate, and I point to my chainmail, the material from this into it as well?
Put adamantine in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
I would like to know. This is that would make the artwork a lot more cumbersome. Plus, there's also good reason why people like to wear chainmail under
I
their
don't mind walking
opening.
around with T-posing, okay? Let's put it that way. If I have to T-pose my enemies to death, I will do it.
I mean, fair enough. Let's see. I could do it. I could definitely do it. But this is not a very normal request. Let's just say that much. The materials. Go ahead.
As I say, that's understandable. I just need to know if you can do it.
Indeed, I can, but it will take time because I need
How
to.
much time?
Minimum. About a week and a half.
A week and a half.
Indeed.
Okay.
The materials are not exactly commonly forged together.
Okay. And how much is that going to cost?
It's a custom job, so let's see. Probably about considering the value of the armors, the work. Probably would be about 200 to 250 gold.
I'm going to like double that and ask if he can get it done in a faster period of time.
For 500. I could probably do that in about 4 days.
4 days?
I'll definitely be exhausted after that, but I will definitely be able to do it in 4 days.
Is 4 days your cap, or can you work harder?
That's my cap. That will literally be me not sleeping.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll give him 500 gold as well.
All right.
The cost on that.
All right, indeed. I will get to work on that. So are you actually giving him an adamantine armor as well?
Yep.
All right, so what are you doing with the plate armor that you just bought? You giving that to him as well?
Correct. I need him to use that so that way he can resize up the armor.
Okay. Then that leaves you effectively with no other armor on other than whatever you
I
may
still have the
have.
chainmail. I still have the original chainmail.
Okay, fair enough. It's giving. Okay.
Which I had. Well, no. Did I repair that one, or did I? I think we just scrapped it, right?
I think we scrapped it. So honestly, I
Crap.
think.
Yeah.
I
Take
mean,
that off the inventory list. But yeah, I will.
we'll say that you bought a chain. If you want to buy, let's see, chainmail. Yeah, if you want to say you wanted to buy maybe chainmail or a splint, if we're looking at heavy armor, it would have been 200 gold for a splint or another 75 for a chainmail.
I'll just get the chainmail again.
Okay, so another 75 then. So we don't have to worry about that.
Easy enough.
Okay, cool. All right, so guys, take a small 5-minute break real quick. I'm going to hit the restroom right quick. Been drinking a lot of water.
Water's good for you.
So they say.
It is.
You have you ever rolled good?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've rolled good before in the past, even without the adamantine chainmail.
Sometime in the past. Yeah, because if I recall, it's just you who's been having a streak of bad luck, wasn't it?
No. Like I just
At
like
least you-
today, I came back and I rolled a 1 immediately on my perception check, which I was like, oh, at least it happened here and not other places. And then my rolls were
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
decent
the
afterwards. So.
couple other sessions you were in, that I remember you being in.
Oh well,
That was
yeah,
last
that
year.
was that was funny, and I'm not gonna lie. But I don't feel
Yeah.
like I'm in danger right now at the moment.
So I guess you're using up all of your bad luck before the important stuff.
You know what? If that's the case, then I'm okay with that. Like 100% okay with that.
Just getting rid of all the bad juju out of your
Yep.
system.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh.
Yeah. Now I'm just throwing my headphones everywhere. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Function. Okay, so yeah. As far as how that armor will work, I will say I will have to figure that out.
That's fine.
That is something I
I-
will have to figure out. Indeed. So pretty
That's
sure
fine.
there's not.
I just wanted to like. It's just kind of like I have the opportunity. I might as well try, and even if it's like a 4 days period of time to get it taken care of, I don't feel like I'm in super danger just yet. So.
Who knows?
All right. I guess I'll head over to the what's it called? The inn that they're at. I'm assuming they told me they were going there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely would have told you that they don't want to split up the party too much. So I mean, you know, especially since the
Yeah.
end's like right behind the blacksmith, anyways. So
Yeah. I mean, we know how that turned out.
indeed. What is your passive perception out of, as a reminder, Alcosilis?
15.
Okay. No. You feel like someone's watching you, but as you turn to see who's looking at you, you could see that a guard was looking in your general direction, but his head's been looking like it's been on a swivel, kind of. So it's just been going back and forth in between where you are and just where everyone is.
All right. I'll make note of that as I walk back over to, or as I walk back over to the inn or wherever they're at.
essentially, I will say that the guard, like, if you guys have looked, any of you have looked at it at all, like, the guard's been doing that pretty much all day. So, aka pointing out it's not out of the ordinary.
They don't take kindly to taking kindly around here.
Oh shoot, I don't know what to say then. Anyways, so yeah, do you guys want to do a team meeting or do you want to just what? Raybar and Stein, I'm talking to you too as well.
Yes. So the thing is, well, probably a good idea first of all. Secondly, so do we have any plans for figuring out how to find them? If we do have a team meeting, I mean.
I assume you guys are having a team meeting in one of the rooms.
Okay.
So
Yep.
That's what I thought. So obviously, what we need to do is we need to find out where the two others have gone.
it's already learned that. Didn't look at all.
What's probably more important is figuring out if they've been taken, and if so,
Continue. I'm looking up something. You go. You guys are good. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. I'm looking over stuff for sorry right quick. You guys are good. Continue. By all means, talk. Please talk. While I figure this stuff out.
talk.
Yeah, please talk while I figure this out.
Talk all by myself. I want some.
Well, discuss
teammates to help.
ideas. Like, what's your concerns? You've had these different things happen. Like, what's going through you guys' minds? Like, talk to each other.
So we've heard that these people are very, how do I put this, stalkers, and that it's quite possible they're listening into our conversation right now.
If you want to see if someone is, I mean, technically, that would be that. What is this?
Unless they're invisible, then we could, see if we're being seen.
Actually, that's the one thing I can do, which I just remembered. So I have the spell Detect Thoughts. What it allows you to do is it does allow you to basically find people inside the radius that are invisible. Well, I believe the wording itself states specifically invisible. Let me check that one.
Let's see.
Where's my spell? Detect Thoughts. Yes, you can to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. Oh, okay. So that's not just invisible people. Okay. Which does remind me. I think out of character. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts. The spell I've cast before. It has a radius of 30 feet, and concentration lasts for a minute. And I can use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead blocks me. So, does it say if I get?
It's a save you have to make, right?
I don't believe it is a save. Look, you can use the spell to detect the presence of. Okay, so the part that's a save is if I try to probe their thoughts deeper. Anything other than that in the spell, I believe, is not a save.
Okay.
And so, if they're within 30 feet of me, I can detect their thoughts. Well, I can detect their presence. And then I can detect, if I try to focus in on them, I can detect surface level thoughts. So nothing deep, you know,
Okay.
just like
Yeah,
whatever
if
they're
anything, like including like this would probably reach down to the bar as well. You probably just hear the guy at the bar just thinking about like his work, just doing stuff. How big? Let's see.
Let's see. Which slot is that again? Second level. Okay. Actually, is that a ritual? That's not a
Save
ritual.
that
Okay.
page so I don't have to look that up again. I completely forgot. Okay. She would based on this. So yeah. Okay. So you see, Sarvati shakes her head up for a moment, and she's like, "Well, someone tried to, but they failed. I managed to prevent them from being able to do so."
Are we talking about a spell of scrying or
Indeed.
well,
Well, you guys are still doing that. Essentially, she's saying, yeah, the spell of scrying was cast, so yes.
in that case, I believe we need to run.
No. I will say, with the knowledge, she will tell you guys that they will not be able to scry again for 24 hours.
The scrying is not the issue. He knows where he's scryed. So they know where we are.
No, they don't. If they only know if they succeed, which they don't. They did not succeed. When they succeeded on scrying, which means that Sarvati would have had to fail the scrying, the saving throw that the scry has, which she did not fail, meaning that they don't know where she's at exactly. They just know she exists on this plane of existence. That's it.
Okay. I know that if I can't write down multiple ways to use scrying, so if it's that particular way of okay, in that case, the issue is okay, well in that case, perhaps we have to stay low. It is quite possible that they can still find us through other means.
There has been a presence all day long that I've felt that's been having their eyes on me the entire time. Maybe not just myself, but others too.
In that case, I do believe that at least Sovereignty should stay in a room for the rest of the day.
I can protect myself.
The issue is not that. It's that if they're an actual organization, you can't protect yourself against a dozen people.
You do
They can come
realize
and
that it's also more
display you can
dangerous
do
to
that.
leave myself alone.
Well, at least you are hidden for now. As you have stated before, we are hidden
Just
for now.
because the scrying has failed doesn't mean they don't have other means to learn about us.
That sounds like exactly what I just said. But the problem is, if we run now, then
We will
they are
never
most
find.
surely
We will
going to
never find the
us.
others.
Yes, that's the other thing. They are straight up more likely to find us even because it becomes more obvious.
Well, let me do one thing before we continue any further. Sarvati is going to cast a spell. Let's see. It is. Okay, cool. Alright, so she's going to cast a third level spell. She is going to cast Sending. Let's see. Who would she send it to? It's more familiar with Artorias, so probably you. Okay, so Artorias. let's see. It's got to be 25 words. So
What's up?
you get a message from, and it is in Sarvati's voice, so you do know it's from her.
Hmm.
We're in Salvante. Where are you all?
Hmm.
I'm not done. That was 7. We're looking for you, but mention of cult is dangerous. Can you tell me where you are? That was 24, I think. You get 25 words to respond. And you do know it is Sarvati sending you this message. You-
All right, so I can only respond within 25 words.
Yep. You could also give a general gist of what you're trying to say, but effectively, as long as it can be fit within 25 words, yeah. Excuse me.
Location is currently unknown.
Location is currently unknown. Okay.
Status of party members currently separated.
That's 10.
All right. What else? So she's looking for a location. Obviously, want to know the state of.
You could also just
Alright.
tell her what, like, a little bit of what happened.
Oh yeah. So I'm limited to just 15 words now.
Yep.
Gotta
And
think
also,
carefully.
if anything, do it one word at a time because I am counting as well.
One word at a time.
Like, do it how I did it, essentially.
All right, let's think. 25 words.
You have 10 used already.
Yeah. So I did tell the location is unknown and that
Yep.
current party status is separated. All
Yep.
right. So.
If you want to, also, instead of trying to figure out the words, you could tell her, you could say that you give a general gist of, like, either your status of, like, you lost your eye or a little bit of your surroundings or something like that. But I'm only going to let you choose one of those two categories.
All right. So.
Because I don't feel like there's enough words to say both.
Understandable, yeah. I'll try my best to give her a description of where I'm currently being held up.
Because
I told her
it's
about my status.
because you do, yeah, because you do know it's, because you probably would know that this is 15 words, because you probably have had this spell happen to you before, considering your line of work. So yeah, you would probably give her along the lines of something along what your surroundings look like, essentially, of like you're in essentially like this cave-like place with bars and such like that. From what you can describe, it sounds like you're almost like in an underground location. You're not for certain, but you think that you do. Or in like this kind of place.
Yes.
All right. So Sarvati is going to relay. Also, I believe the sending is said out loud. I think when it's sent. So you guys would have heard Sarvati say what she said to Artorias, and then she's going to, as he replies, she's going to say out loud what he says. So essentially, you guys know everything that is said between the two.
That is a good starting point.
Then, to be fair, sending might not work necessarily that way, but I'm ruling it as is for now. Because honestly, for simplicity's sake, yeah. I figure it's just easier to, because I think she would probably say it out loud anyways. Because she's with you guys, so I don't think she is too bothered. Plus, also, like, somebody's passive perception would pick up on, like, majority of things. So if someone was trying to listen, she probably would know.
That Must be a very loud listener.
No, dude, you don't understand. Sarvati is built for perception. Anyways, so yeah, she said, so it sounds like that there was some trouble before. If you guys want me to, I can try to get a little more information on what happened to him. But it sounds like he is in a underground location of some sort, some kind of jail cell, maybe.
Get me a shovel. I'll start digging.
So, did you actually say that, or
Yes.
Sorry will laugh a little bit. It's like, yes, but if we don't know where underground he is, then we would be digging for a very long time. And to be fair, by the time we even get probably even slightly close, our enemies will know. Oh wait, that actually is true. You guys can, yeah, you guys are good. I'm just looking up one mechanic right quick. That would probably be. I actually need my bot. Bag, where's my bag? Damn. I don't know where my bag is. Good. I'm going to do a digital. That's the wrong thing. Anyways, you guys are good to converse still, by the way. Cool.
So the issue is that we simply do not know anything right now. From the sounds of it, all we know is that they have been presumably kidnapped.
Indeed. If you want me to, I can
Um,
find out the status of like what happened to them, like as in how did it happen?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Um,
So I will go ahead and say somebody will cast the next third level spell of hers. And then she will probably message you again, Artorias. This time I'm not going to actually count out the words. I'm going to just give you a general vague description of what it is about. She's pretty much asking you, how did the capture happen and what is like your status, like physically, I guess, like health wise. She's putting more emphasis. It sounds like if the message though, she's putting more emphasis on like how did it happen. And this is not you, Artorias.
Yeah, I figured. So I'm going to explain to her how it happened, how we were, basically surrounded in an alley because we heard a noise coming from there and decided to investigate.
Okay. She will relay the information. That would be that number then. Which actually I don't have to roll digitally. All right, so yeah, she's gonna, as Artorias explains what he says to y'all, anyways, one of my she's explaining what is said to her via Artorias, and as she's saying this, did you mention your eye?
Not yet, because I was more focused on explaining how it all went down. If they want status, they'll have to.
I'll send it again. They'll probably have to do sending it again. And she explains that what happened with like how they were ambushed and surrounded by a group of cultists. I assume you mentioned the centaur.
Very much so.
Okay, so the main focus seems to be focused around like this centaur like dude that was causing them trouble and was the reason why they got caught.
The good thing they should know his weakness too, thankfully, so that should help them out.
And as she's talking about this, there's like almost a grimace on Starbody's face. Her face darkens very quickly.
Hmm.
So, hold on. Do any of us have teleportation spells?
Maybe?
Because
That
now would be
depends.
the best time to have teleportation spells.
The thing about teleportation
Someone-
spells, though, go ahead.
I can tidal wave someone some feet.
That technically isn't a teleportation spell, but I get what you're going for.
Hmm.
Let's see. Are you mentioning the teleportation circle out loud, or? Fine.
Wait, I have what teleportation circle? Yes, that Revermore asked in character if anybody has a teleportation spell.
I don't think she does. I could probably get access to those spells, but I would need to take a long rest. Though I don't know how useful those could be. You also have to remember, if we're trying to do examples, say teleportation circle, we have to go to a specific location using the specific rune sequence that is used for that location. Otherwise, we're going in willy-nilly to a random spot that could be miles away from here.
Wait, teleportation circles. Okay, out of character. So I'm aware of a couple teleportation spells, like say Dimension Door.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
know
aware
the
of
one
any
you're
teleportation circles.
As far as teleportation and circles go, like they do require a very specific sequence to make them. They are very, very detailed and specific.
No, teleportation circles they leave too much evidence behind, and if not, they at least too much effort.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about planar teleportation or something inside entire realm. I mean, teleporting from building to building so nobody can track our movement in case we need to do that.
Indeed. You also do have to remember, though, that this would require strength and dexterity, and you got one member of your party that is literally a -3 in strength. It's not even so much about metagaming there, it's more like you could straight up tell that Braybar does not look strong at all.
Yep, I'm an old man. My teeth.
Essentially, he's like very scraggly arms. Like, it's not hard to tell. Like, I could straight up tell you that because it's like, it's obvious. A 4 in strength is like super obvious. He might as well be almost skin and bones.
Yeah. Wait, strength? But why would strength be important to teleporting?
If we were talking, no, I was talking about if we were. You were mentioning about going across rooftops and stuff like that.
No, teleporting so we can easily move, so that our movement cannot be tracked.
I
Using
mean,
like a simple teleportation spell like Dimension Door, Misty Step, something that allows you to simply go from building to building. That was all I have asked about, or wanted to ask about. I guess I should phrase it that way.
I mean, you could try, but there's no guarantee that people don't have preventative measures in place.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because this feels very obvious. This feels very obvious to me, and I think anyone would pick up on this. Is that the Atara Temple is very much separate from the town. It's that much is obvious. Like, it's not within the gate. It's not within the walls of like the normal that you see. Like when you entered, you saw walls surrounding this town or the city, I should say, technically. And very much outside of these walls, on a hill with its own walls, was this temple, and that's the Taro Temple.
Hmm.
So they very much are trying to be their own separate entity, it seems.
Okay, so that's basically all of my ideas gone through.
It's
Like
not
I
that
said,
it's not that
I
they
would simply need
can't
more
work.
information.
It's just that there's a very likelihood that there is something in place for that.
Hmm.
We could try sneaking in, but also the problem lies in we don't know where to look for them in the place. If you look at the temple, the place is huge.
Couldn't we create a distraction?
What do you have in mind?
We use somebody as bait to get taken by the cult. Have others watch the shadows of that. We follow them back using the person as bait, and then when we get to a certain location where we know that they're at, we can make a better plan of attack.
Or you could actually be used as someone that could sneak in as a spy.
But we have to find the place first, yes. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
you're
the
quite fine enough to go through it. You're not a boss man who's, so they won't attack you.
the issue
You
is
gotta
that
find someone with insignia and a
Do you
cloak.
sacrificing one of
Did you mention the actual distraction plan in character?
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning to the group.
Okay, making sure that's all. So as soon as she hears that, Sarvati would probably be like, "We do know that they're after the Bosmians. That would probably be the best bet."
the issues, then we'll be weakening ourselves.
Ah, yes.
Because it's quite possible we have no choice.
What was that, Pink?
Nothing.
Damn it, Pink. Damn it, Pink. I
Could find some information to see
could
why
ahead.
this town hates Bosmians so much.
What if it's not necessarily the town hates Bosmians? What if it's the cult that's causing them to be hated?
That's the point.
I believe, yeah, that's how that works.
Well, I think what she's trying to get at more along the lines is that the town themselves is fine with the Bosmians. It's because the cult themselves have been giving the town hell. The town doesn't like the Bosmians as much because of that. So it's not that they hate the Bosmians; they hate the cult for the fact that they're messing with the Bosmians, which is affecting their daily life. I could definitely cause some destruction if I need to. I could definitely also be the bait. I think I'd be. At worst, I have my spells to tell you guys what is going on. I also am the most perceptive of the group. No offense.
Which means it's probably not a good idea for you to be the one that get in. Otherwise, it's quite possible that they have good security procedures, and it can be missed. So somebody like you is likely the one we want watching our backs rather than be the one in the front line where you can't tell us anything. I don't imagine that they would give you the capacity to cast spells.
Oh, considering how much I'm heavily guarded, yes, that could be the possibility.
All I know is trying to find out information about this place will not be easy. They definitely look like they're very secretive.
Well, that's how that works.
There is also the case that if we all try to sneak in, then we all get caught. Then what? At least if only one of us get caught. It could be a distraction while people get the time that they need to do what they need to do. Also, I'm going to say I feel proud of myself because I feel like I've kept Sarvati's voice pretty consistent.
We could try to play this at a couple different angles though.
We could pretend to hate Bosnians and cap one, or take the groups Bosnian and tend to have them as a prisoner and then hand him over, and then we all pretend to join the cult.
I believe that is way too upfront for the cult to like it.
A
So
cult
we
is
make one of
a cult
we
is a
make one
cult
of-
because they're fanatics. They're also very
so what we
sensitive.
could
But sorry,
So what we could do as well then is that instead of having all of us do it, we have only a couple of us do it. Meaning
elaborate.
that we have only a couple of us, hand over sovereignty in this case, and get access to the cult and get onto the good terms with them. All the while, we have the other side of us playing against them, trying to figure out ways how to get the town to rile up against the cult and act as a uh, pretty much have the angry mob rise up against them and take them down.
As the DM I'm speaking, I like that idea. But I'm not gonna say that's the best idea. I'm just putting it out there that is like, I love that.
The issue is the normal man, the normal person only really just wants to live out their life, wants to just work their job. For something like that to happen, there has to be some genuine atrocities to occur.
Exactly. So
I do
the
want to
ones on-
mention one thing. If I do get into some real shit, then I do have one ace up my sleeves. I unfortunately cannot tell you. It is meant to be very secret. But in very desperate need, I can pull this. And I could cause a lot of havoc. I do want to say also that Akozias' idea is not a bad one at all. Especially since you are a part of the group of the Obsidian Wardens. If that's not the name, she will say the actual correct name, not what I said.
no, that's correct.
Making sure, that's all. Because the Obsidian Wardens are very well known for keeping the natural balance of things. If anyone would probably be on the same wavelength, it would be an Obsidian Warden.
I can easily We could also just make it to where I just easily infiltrate them, and then using my military background, I can make it to where they want to start dealing out more attacks, which is going to make them want to be riled up.
Indeed. There's many ways we could go about this, my friends. Well, all I know is time will be short. Especially since they have a Bosmian amongst them as well. That is a captured of theirs.
Anybody else got any other thoughts?
Most of my thoughts are just like jokes. Maybe like my main thought is maybe like, damn, it'd be a good time to have a bard right now.
No, that's true, actually.
Rather than just constantly try to seduce every single cult member.
Worst part. Ay.
I mean, a bard or rogue, they probably would have been very helpful around these times.
I attempted to introduce a character I had for a different campaign. But I don't want to. I don't want to. The problem is I don't want. I already have Sarvati kind of being like a almost steam line kind of. Like she's kind of almost stealing the limelight sometimes, and I'm trying to prevent that.
Understood.
But yeah,
how do we want to try to get in contact with this cult then?
That would be the easy part. I believe they have eyes and ears everywhere. The hard part will get their trust. And if they know that you are with us or not.
Oh, that'd be easy enough. Slight grin on my face.
I already could tell that you don't mind getting a little rough. And I consent if necessary.
Yeah, he's gonna be throwing a bunch of racial slurs.
I just ask that you don't. I just ask you don't break any of my limbs, please.
If it comes down to that, then definitely. If not, I'm sorry.
Well, all I could say is if my limbs are broken, I'm going to have a harder time casting. Because there are a lot of somatic components, and and somatic is, I believe, hands. So if she doesn't have her hands, she can't cast.
No, I gotcha.
This is something you would definitely know.
Yeah.
Even with Unga Bunga Brain, you would still know. Jeez. Dropping my dice here. So yeah. There is one other option. Or at the very least, we can get the opinion of our teammate. See what they say. I got the ability to send the sending spell a few more times. My magic is hoarding up. And I believe a good rest will allow me to do more later, if necessary. Do we want me to do this?
Well, I can't make all the decisions, but I believe I'd say yes.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, then I will have Sarvati cast her final 3rd level spell slot to use sending. And she will send a message to you, Artorias, along the lines of like what's been talked about. like it's a very general, broad thing of like, do you want us to have me come in alone, or do you want us to just go in guns blazing kind of thing? Almost, I think is what the options are sounding.
So their options are either guns blazing or having one of them sent in.
Or essentially, I think one of the other options was essentially to get the crowd riled up. Essentially, there's
that too.
the quick option, which sounds like okay. Here's the options. Effectively, the quick option is guns blazing. The middle option, which will take a little bit of time but nowhere near as long as the last option, is Sarvati gets captured and gets brought in and essentially and go from there. The final option is Sarvati still gets captured, but Pink joins the cult and riles them up so make the town kind of try to rise up against this cult, which is the long option. And that could take essentially the quick and easy sounds like it'd probably be like a day or two maybe. Whereas the middle option sounds like, depending on things, could also be a day or two, but it also can go as long as like maybe a week. As where the getting the city on the side could probably take a week to a month, depending.
Personally, I feel like the middle option would be the safest option.
So essentially,
although the first one is very tempting, it's
Sarvati gets captured and by the cult effectively.
Yep. I mean, they could have come up with better plans, much more plans, but hey, we're basically in danger here, so.
Not denying that.
Well, I mean, I'm far worse off compared to Cal, but teach their own.
Okay. Cool. Good to know. Artorias, make a note. 5.
5? Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Hope this is the side. Hey, they're gonna publicly execute this guy.
There's a no. There's a reason. Just if I ask for, I gave you a random number, and if I ask for a reminder, that's what it is for.
Oh no,
I won't tell what
5
it's
days
for
left to
exactly.
rescue him.
What's it?
Maybe. Could be 5 months for all you know.
Yeah, it's just
Depends on how much they want to get torture Bosnians.
For 5 minutes,
That's true. That is very true.
Or 5 seconds.
Oh damn, he's already dead.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I'd be kind of surprised to be the first one to die, but also not entirely surprised considering how stupid I can do some stuff.
Well, if I can help it, I'm trying not to kill off players. But, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not an asshole DM.
Yeah, we're well aware of that.
1 second. Yeah.
You've made it abundantly clear.
Check your phone.
Nani?
It's my roommate.
Oh.
It was just typically it's around 5 o'clock, so it's actually typically when I go with my girlfriend's, but she's not feeling well, so I'm just having her rest up for today. Anyways, so yeah, it just depends on what happens, what they wanted to do with the Bosnians, if they want to torture them or not. That's all that decides. But like I said,
what I've gathered so far from personal experience, only a select few want to do that.
To the extreme degree, at least.
Yeah, that one barbarian. What a dick.
Hey, man, there could be more. You just don't know.
There could be more, but he's the only one that I've met so far to actually go to the extreme so far.
Yeah. So yeah, I think to go back to the topic right quick. Yeah, somebody would say that Artorias effectively said that he felt the middle option was the best, which was like Sarvati gets captured and for as a cause of distraction.
I mean, if we're lucky, she's just gonna end up in the same cell as I am.
Doubtful.
So I'd imagine that then you, Braver, Aren't you druids able to shift into other animals? If so, a nice little squirrel or a spider would do the trick, wouldn't it?
I don't know if we could change it to a
I
spider.
could, but then I'd be crushed or turned into stew. So,
You know, if we went with my other idea, he could be my traveling companion bear.
You just want an excuse to having a bear.
A
You-
bear is not
You
stealthy.
100% just want an
We
excuse to
don't
have a
need that.
bear.
We don't need him to be stealthy at that point. He's my traveling companion bear at that point.
Oh, for God's sakes.
and the bear would have 4 strength. So keep that in mind.
No, you would actually use the
Oh,
bear
just-
strength. You would actually change your strength to actually the bears. That stat line does change.
Yep.
Pink will
I
out there
believe it's
be out there just bragging about teaching a bear how to box.
God's sakes.
Hey, that just seems like something he'd do.
Honestly, yes, it would be. Knowing Pink in real life, yes, he would. He would 100%. And then he would call him Mr. Barrington.
Yes, Mr. Barrington.
It's actually Sir Mr. Barrington.
Fair enough. But there's reasons why I say Mr. Barrington. He knows why. It's an inside joke.
Yep.
Anyways. So yeah. Now the question becomes, how do you want Starvity to cause a distraction? Just go in guns blazing herself or walk alone by herself? She could do either option.
Well,
she will say
if
that.
you run in just wanting to kill everyone, they'll probably just kill you. So it's better to be a little more subtle than that, is my thought. Maybe perhaps you could successfully somehow manage to sneak in, and then this all is resolved peacefully. Maybe you're able to get into pathways and ascending spell, something along those lines.
I'm not the most stealthy, but amongst us, I think I'd probably be one of the stealthiest. Because I know Acrosilus's dex is not that great. Let's see. Actually, where's Thrice? Because technically Thrice is here, but he's staying quiet because he's in the Pokeball. Yeah, she
This
looks.
whole crazy plan.
Yeah, and he's in the Pokeball. I don't.
You know, that's the other thing too. Like, couldn't Thrai also get like all the villagers like upriled? Like just give him an uproar?
How? Excuse me, by the way. How Thrice specifically?
Oh no, I just thought he might be able to. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything specific that he would have that would probably do that.
Okay.
And I thought this is why I wish he was here right now, because I'm like, what the actual?
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Of
that's
course,
why
the
I
week
picked
you
it.
come back, he's not here.
How strange.
I don't. I
Yeah, I
don't.
know,
I
right?
don't read anything into it. Honestly, I'm just playing with him.
Yeah.
Like, Interesting has been a good player thus far. So I was like, I don't have any reason to give him actual crap.
Hmm. He's also one of the other people that's been here one of the longest term players so far. So
Yeah, the actual longest is Pink, other than you, Artorias. But technically, you weren't there for session 1.
okay,
So-
I would have been, but I had stuff going on. Okay,
I know. I'm giving you
I
crap.
just so happened to oversleep. You know? No, I'm kidding.
Well, also to be fair, Pink's the only one that showed up for session 0. So
Yeah.
I was a little sad, but that's why I got inspiration for, along with
Understandable.
other reasons. But anyways,
Got the super inspiration.
well, unfortunately, there's no such thing. But anyways, so it sounds like the general idea is to have Sarvati be kind of like try to sneak in but get caught.
Well, sneak in as far as she can, and if if she eventually gets caught, be loud.
Well, that's very easy for her.
So,
Considering
You
that
know, see-
you all do know she has the spell Fireball. She can easily be loud.
yeah. But only once she's been caught. That is at least my idea.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that sounds like a plan. So, is this like plan y'all want to have happen?
Well,
Most of us are in agreement with it.
it's probably better to go for a rest first.
We could go to sleep. We could go to sleep now and be up about in the middle of the night. And this is I'm not sure if how time would work exactly in the actual world off the top of my head. So I would probably say it'd probably be about if you guys went to sleep right now, it'd probably be about 1 o'clock when you wake up in the morning. So I'd still be like middle of the night.
Yeah. That does sound like it might be the best of ideas.
Yeah, that's right. 13.
Is there anything else we wanted to do before we head off to sleep?
Hmm.
We'd probably keep watch just in case.
I can keep Safar. I have Safar do that for me. Let me double check something on the wording on that spell. I don't know if it's myself. Okay. Wait, how long?
Wait if I get it.
That's
I
not.
just
Never
remembered
mind.
the Fars are road.
Never mind. No, that's unfortunate.
If I remember correctly, he
Safar,
probably has both her sense. No,
Safar,
I remembered Fars are road, so like he probably has a general sense of my smell or Cal's smell.
Safar would be able to keep watch. He would probably be sleeping in here with me, but being a wolf himself, he would definitely be very able to detect anyone trying to sneak up on us. As you know, and her ears twitch a little bit, wolves have good sense of hearing.
And smell it too.
Well, I wasn't going to go for that too, but
Well, I mean, I just remembered that.
no, I know they do.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't think Sarvati wants to point that out for herself. She's
Hmm,
still a lady at the end of the day.
Yep, understandable.
Anyways, so yeah. That the plan?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going before we end this, I am going to make one quick check just to see if anything happens. Nope, quiet. I made a roll. I had a DC in mind, and it made it that DC. Just barely, but it did.
Ah,
So yeah, you guys get a long rest, and when we play next week, we will go ahead and initiate this plan.
wait.
Cool.
What?
Let's see how chaotic interesting can get.
Oh, I'm sure things can go really bad or really good. Either way,
yeah,
I think both sides are technically still really good.
Mhm.
Just maybe not for everyone, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with that being said, time for the normal Artorias.
I've had a lot of fun so far. Obviously, we weren't involved, me or Cal, but hey, I'm quite alright with that.
To be fair, that's also part of the problem of going splitting the party.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Kind of no shit.
I'm having a lot of fun with that, though. Like I said, I'm not gonna learn my lesson from this until it actually kills me.
And then it'll be too late.
Yeah, by then it'll be too late. But even then, I'm still not gonna admit that it was my fault. Actually, no, I will admit that it was my fault, but I'm not gonna learn from it.
So what was your favorite part thus far?
Honestly, can't think of one right now.
Okay. Count. What did you think of today's session? What was good? What was the bad?
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, to be honest, I didn't really get to do much, so can't really comment on anything really.
I mean, fair, but you still were part of the session still, so you were listening in. I'd hope, at least.
I was listening. Don't worry about that. At least when I wasn't AFK, it was mostly like a planning phase. So
Yeah, they like. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of wishing a little more action would happen soon, but at the same time, like you can't have everything be action all the time because then it gets boring.
yeah, true. Yeah, so looking forward to what's gonna happen next week at least.
Honestly, I am too.
Sometimes you gotta have build up.
Yeah, true.
The build up is what really gets it going. Because it's like once you actually initiate it, it's just kind of like you're really wound up like a kind of like a rubber band. It's like ready to set off flying. All right, Brave Bar.
It was pretty good, but I haven't had any combat for quite a while. But oh well. What?
Well, to be fair, this is a lot of setup going into effectively the first actual big organized group kind of set like thing. Like this is kind of like different from the boss that you did at the Mist Generator kind of thing, where it was like, yeah, there was a boss there, but it wasn't really a set organization of like a lot of people involved. It was just effectively one person and a lot of monsters, but that doesn't really count because the monsters don't really have per se thinking for themselves. Whereas this is an organized group of people that have their own thought process. Again, yes, they're a cult, but point of the matter. So this is effectively like almost like the big first actual real hurdle that I'm throwing at you guys. All right, so with that,
Okay.
Was there anything else that you wanted to add, or
Nope. All good.
okay, Stein?
Honestly, I can't think of much to say. It was pretty good. I no, that's just not all I can say.
Fair enough. All right, Pink.
I mean, it was a cool session. I have really not much more I could say. I mean, it's a good planning phase and everything else like that. I mean, got to have them before we, knock out anything, major. So yeah.
Yeah, because this honestly, like, this is the real true first major like thing you guys have had to like really be like, okay, how the hell do we do this? Because you have to deal with like this obviously like level of security that's there that is this is an organization comparatively to like one person controlling all things going on in one certain area. Like, yeah, they have a head honcho that's controlling them, but they all have their own thought process how they could do stuff, and this is on. I'll be completely honest. This is a very dangerous situation you guys could be going into, depending on what happens. Like, I will be straight up. Shit can go down. Shit will go down, but like how bad that's just dependent on the rolls.
Yeah.
Oh god, half the party's gonna die then.
I mean, to be fair, I'm going to quote a Rose again. One of the big actual like organization group type things that I'm throwing at you guys right now is something they went through, and yeah, they did lose party member. They lost a party member. But
Damn.
to be fair, like the way they went about it, honestly, it was unfortunate for them because they were just really bad at stealth. This has just been a running theme for their party the entire time. They're just terrible at stealth. So, depending on like how you guys completely go about this, yeah, this could be really bad or really, really good. Either way, long story short is this is the first actual like really big hurdle I'm throwing at you guys.
Mhm.
It's not just a boss, it's actually a lot of things coming at you.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm excited to see what happens.
It'll most certainly be interesting.
Oh yeah, as
Yep,
long as I
definitely.
don't blank, I'll make sure I have a map set up for next week. So yeah. With that being said, I think that's where we'll end this session today. So thank you all very much for joining me here today. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you for joining me in the gaming den. Thanks for watching. Catch you all later.
Yeah,
See ya.
they do.
Take it easy.